Let's keep it going here. Talk about the next match. We've got Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose. To give you some context, at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, Bray Wyatt attacked Dean Ambrose during his match with Seth Rollins, and that's how we got to this match. It's going to be 3.25 stars. Meltzer is going to describe the finish as feeling like a cheap DQ. They go 14 minutes and 2 seconds. Both of these guys are doing different stuff these days. Of course, Bray Wyatt is the Fiend, and Dean Ambrose is now Jon Moxley in AEW. What'd you think of this one? You watched it for the first time in a long time this week.
Bray Wyatt, for some reason, never won a match on a pay-per-view up until just recently. Am I wrong about that?
I don't know that you are. I mean, he does win here by DQ, but that doesn't really count.
No. I think if you go back, and I think I read that, I wasn't so in tune to it that I just knew it because I don't keep up with wins and losses. I do know when a guy has lost a lot, though. For some reason, I have a little sensor in my head that goes off. I don't know who's won how many times and who's lost how many times, but when a guy starts to lose a lot, the sensor goes off in my head and go, God, we're beating this guy a lot. And that guy got beat a lot. No one has ever had more control and more power and more, what is the word I'm looking for here? More grasp of his character than Bray Wyatt when he first came aboard and for the first couple of years. No one could have scripted those promos for him. No one could have told him, this is the way I want you to work. He had such a grasp. And when he was with Rowan and Harper specifically, before Braun, because once they brought Braun aboard, they had to start featuring him, and it was less featuring Bray. But he just had that character, and it was a creepy character. And, it was misinterpreted that the guy was a babyface because they did the lights, like the concert deal when he was making his way to the entrance. That had nothing to do with the way he was perceived. That's where things get screwed up. A lot of people in positions that are too high for what their knowledge level is, make decisions. Well, God, look at all those cigarette lighters, or look at all those camera phones on. He's a babyface. No, he's not. You black out the arena. That's their way of being part of the show. That's it. Once the lights come up, if he has an opponent that they like, they're going to continue to like that opponent. They're not going to cheer for Bray, and certainly not when he's got Harper and Rowan with him. So Moxley today, who's Dean Ambrose when he was there, is he's Evel Knievel. He don't care. You want to throw him out of the ceiling? Good. How do I get up there? You want to throw him off the roof? Well, hell, let's do that next show. That guy has no regard for his body whatsoever. So he's a perfect foil for a guy like Bray Wyatt. And those guys had a very, very aggressive, very physical match. And I love that kind of stuff. I don't worry about it being a DQ if it's the right kind of DQ. If it's flat, if it's a bullshit flat finish, there's no way to fix that. There's a lot of wild DQs that just suddenly two guys disappear out of sight. You don't see them again, but they just gave you 20 minutes of a hell of a fight. So that's the flip side of the coin.
This one was pretty good. It was like that. Ambrose is going to start throwing. Obviously he does the big elbow drop off the top into the table. Then he gets a second table, puts Wyatt on it. Then he throws a ton of chairs into the ring like he's Terry Funk, pulls out a 12-foot ladder from under the ring. He's posing it as officials get in the ring, try to stop him from doing any more. So you're highlighting the insanity from Ambrose here. And Meltzer would say that it was well done, but it still felt like a cheap DQ.